All right, sorry for the technical difficulties earlier, but now we are the Donnie and Anthony Show. We are back for the 2024 season. And as always, we're going to keep pounding. Now, with revenge on our mind, we were ready to take back the NFC South and starting off with a win in the division. But as the great Gandhi once said, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. With revenge on your mind. So revenge will have to wait. Maybe next week when we're there live at Bank of America Stadium to see the Chargers fall to the Carolina Panthers, hopefully. And on TikTok, we're also live on TikTok. If you follow us there, you can follow us anywhere Facebook, right here on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And yes, X, excuse me. Emmanuel in TikTok says, I am so sad right now, and I believe that is our feeling as well. Donnie, I'll toss it over to you right off the back, man. Your feelings, your questions, your comments, and your concerns. 47-10, New Orleans Saints runaway with the win, and I'm gonna have to say, man, I've been watching Carolina Panthers football since 1997. Became a diehard right around 2003 during that first Super Bowl win, and this may be number one on the list of damn. Your thoughts?
Well, I'm gonna point out the only optimistic thing I really can right now. It was great to have Carolina Panthers football back. That's the only positive today. Anytime you look as bad as we look today, with the new head coach, with the new philosophy, with the new optimistic mindset, it's really disappointing because, in a way, I feel like I'm almost numb to the pain. It's been like 6 years of this. There's been 6 years of like, oh yeah, fresh start, fresh coach, fresh look, and then we run to the same problems. I'm disappointed, man. I think when you and I spoke on the phone earlier, I think disappointment is really the only thing that you can just feel, man.
Mm,
Disappointment, just disappointment, man. But I don't want to overreact to this game one. This is a completely new looking offense. Some new pieces on this line, some new receiving weapons. So I don't want to hit the panic button, but I will agree. Not even off recency bias, Anthony. I gotta agree. This has probably been, if not the roughest game for me to watch. I mean, it was rough, man. It was brutal.
it sucked, that's for sure. It's a tough pill to swallow, I guess you could say. Well, the one spoken like a true fan, still being optimistic, still having hope for the whole organization, and that's what I like about you. There's other things I like about you too, but can't say here we might get kicked off if it gets a little too sexual. Yeah. But hey, we'll say this. The one well, the one good thing I could say is yeah, I'm searching for well, I want to give a shout out to I think we found CB2. Mike Jackson was a pretty good cornerback too today for him. He I thought he played well. Um, across on the other side from J.C. Horn. For everyone else, I don't know, but yeah, it's not too many positives, right? Um, every time there was a flash of like, okay, and then it was one step forward, two steps back. That was today's uh, storyline, I guess you could say. Um, well, like you said, don't hit the panic button yet. But I think what it is a lot of people are freaking out because last year, this is how all of last year looked.
Mhm.
It is a new season, it is a new team, it is a new everything with the same result. I'm gonna ask you maybe a too early of a question, but I'm still gonna ask it to you. Um, Bryce Young, what do you do? What's the decision here? What's the thought?
Man, I saw a lot of similarities of last year. Just some throws that we got to make. Got to make some of these throws, man. I think his second pick of the game. I know he was trying to make a play, and I know some people would argue, well, it was basically a punt, but like Thielen had some leverage on that throw, on that, or at least on the route that he was being thrown to. That was he had leverage, and to see that ball airmail like that is kind of concerning. And not gonna lie, man, this could be a make or break year for Bryce, man. We don't see any
Mm,
improvement.
right.
Could be picking early again, man. And this time, not at receiver, not at tackle, not at defensive end, but at
Mm,
quarterback again. Um, he's got. I feel like he has every intangible. Though. I'm not. I feel like I'm not crazy for saying that. I mean, we've seen this guy make plenty of plays in his young career,
yeah.
well, especially at least in college. And then there's been some flashes last year, man. But did see the same kind of offense, like we did last year, man. So to make it short and sweet after a little long-winded response, I this could be Bryce's last shot, man.
Yeah. Dion in the chat on YouTube says Bryce Young is a bust. He is David Tepper quarterback. He has to go, period. Y'all need to stop drinking the damn Kool-Aid. I think the pass on CJ Stroud and Anthony Richardson for him, followed by a bunch of question marks. Then over on TikTok, we got someone says, I think we benched Bryce for a few games, let Dalton play. And we were also told that our team was bad. And, I mean, that's no surprise. Who are you telling? He's got. I tell you what, that he is a fucking insider. That dude on TikTok, he knows shit that other people just don't know. 47 to
What's
10 didn't tell it enough.
Homie? What's your opinion on Bryce? Where you at with it? Are you in the same boat as I am with Bryce?
Right,
Like
right,
this
yeah.
is our. Well, I was asking you, sir. I'm sorry. Like,
Oh,
are you
me?
in the
Oh, yeah. I thought you told him
yeah? Like,
no. I pretty
where,
much on the same page with you. What I'm not going to do is kick him to the curb. Um, and damn, as I always say, damn it, sold to hell quite yet. Everybody played bad. We're podcasting on YouTube. If you the Donnie Anthony show, if you search that, you'll see us. Someone asked where to see our podcast. So thank you for that. Um, um, but he's skating on thin ice for sure. We are invested in him, so we have to take that investment. Everything's brand spanking new. I mean, poor guy. I mean, he was that's thrown to the wolves, but he struggled. Last year, I could say offensive line, weapons, all this, but got a couple weapons, got the offensive line. They weren't. There was a couple times where they were in his face, and that he had no other choice but to take a sack or whatever, or scramble out. Then there was times where he overthrew. There's other times where he missed. There's other times where someone like C.J. Stroud would have made that play. I'd have to be honest. So it's almost like he had two rookie seasons in a way, and I'm not making excuses. Trust me, but I'm like you. Let's keep going. Let's keep pounding, and let's not kick him to the curb yet. But if he's playing like this, game two, game three, game four, game five, yeah, it might be time. Might be time to search again.
Another thing to look at too, bro, is kind of like what Jalen Hurts is kind of going through in a way. Like, I mean, obviously, I'm not saying that they're the same player, but I'm saying like when you have constant turnaround with your offensive coaching staff, and this is his second offensive coordinator, second head coach. Like this is second year, man. Like that's a lot to go through as well. But
Mm,
some of the things I'm seeing him struggle with are things that we drafted him to not struggle as much with. Like you expect a rookie to come in and you expect him to ball out
yeah,
and show some flashes. You also expect some ups and downs, but I feel like some of the things that he's struggling with are like things we're like, hold on now, this wasn't even. I've great he played at an amazing school in college, but you see like some of these throws he's missing. I'm like, Even though we were in garbage time, perfect example. There was a throw to Xavier Leggett. I mean, the coverage was a little tight, but still, if the ball was thrown right,
Right.
could have been a nice over the shoulder grab. Ball
Yeah.
went out of bounds.
Yes,
Bro,
I
we
remember that.
close, man. Like
Yeah.
so, yeah. I mean, we go on all day about Bryce. It's not just him, but I'm starting to get a little concerned. Um, but like I said, we still got 16 more of these bad boys to play, and
Yeah.
the good thing is it is Charlotte next week to watch them play.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. The season is young, and hopefully it's Bryce Young. TikTok, they say I feel you for. Let's see. He says, "Scare Scarecrow says not liking Young's actually at all. I feel you, yes sir." Dion also says back in YouTube chat. So David, only thing we can do now, boys, is set back, be bad for 2 to 3 more years, and hope we get the #1 draft pick for Patrick Mahomes 2.0 in Nebraska. Try being positive after these years, especially last year. Also, David Tepper needs to sell the team. Period. He's not an NFL owner. Thoughts?
I don't even want to get into the Dylan Raiola conversation. This is first year and beat Colorado. Uh, I mean, I don't. Man, see, I don't want to. I don't want to get all. I don't want to
just,
get upset. I
just
don't.
don't, just don't get into
But
it yet, quite yet, right?
like, I mean, the flavor of the day. Like he just won a game last night. I mean, why? Okay, yeah. If that's the case, then we should draft Archie Manning. He
Right.
threw a touchdown in his first game. Let's go draft him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, y'all gotta stop taking the microwavable foods. Like the microwavable foods are gonna get most of y'all in trouble. Like you know how you get bubble guts? You guys are gonna get bubble guts. I'm telling you, bro. Y'all gotta stop taking these microwaves. Like, no, man, no. I mean, like I said, this is an asset. This first overall pick with Bryce Young is an asset. You gave up a ton for him. I feel like there's some value in him. We just gotta find out what works for him. Man, enough of this flavor of the day stuff, bro. That's the problem with the world. Give me like 15 more seconds. That's the problem with the world. We all want instant grits, instant ravioli. Bro, just make the damn food and wait. Wait. Anthony, how long do we have to wait on my food at my birthday party this year? Quite a while, but guess what? We waited on it. It was good. Yeah. Shout out to my Aunt Lita May, by the way.
Leon says, Arch be better than Bryce Young? Question mark. LMAO. What are you talking about? I bet he plays better now.
Went right over the head. Wow.
Bryce was uh Bryce was the flavor of the day as well, and you think he's the franchise quarterback? Hell nah.
About won the Heisman back to back. How's that a flavor of the day? Stuff. Okay, bro. Okay. All right. You know what? Give me who you want. Is that the same guy who said Dylan Raiola or whatever?
Yeah. Mhm.
Next question, please. It's unbelievable, bro. Like,
Well,
listen, man.
let's travel on that for a second. If we were to, let's say we got #1 pick next year, we got whoever we wanted, and we decided to go quarterback. Say Bryce was working out. Who's the next? Who's the guy that you're interested in?
I mean, but right now the guys that are playing well, they're Quinn Ewers. Um, I like Cam Ward from out in Florida or Miami. There's really, I mean, there's no one I can see on the top of my head right now, man. I'm so
Yeah.
invested in.
The season is young as well, so
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm so invested in seeing Bryce do good because I know he's got the talent.
yeah,
And listen, man, like Trevor Lawrence wasn't all that his first year, and then his second year he still has some growing pains. Like you have to factor in the mess that as a franchise we're in right now, bro. We have
yeah. Mhm.
to. There is reason to be worried, of course, because we've been through so many different quarterbacks. But you got to think who was grooming the guy's first year. We had a guy, like, not trying to be funny, but we had a guy running the medieval offense with Bryce Young.
Right.
Bryce Young run the pistol like that. You don't run half the stuff that Frank Wright was calling last year.
Yeah.
Listen, Baker Mayfield before coming to Dave Canales was in quarterback purgatory.
Yeah.
Let's face it. We ran him out of Carolina. Um, I mean, who else? I mean, there's Russell Wilson. Like right when his career was starting to die down in Seattle, he had that resurgence year. Right before he went to Denver. Like we got to give it time. It does suck, and there's some things that we got to work on. But these young cats that you guys are in all of, like, be real, man. Like they inherit a situation like Carolina.
Yeah,
Who says it's going to be a walk in the park like it was in college? Like
yeah. That's
situation is everything.
yeah. So basically, you're saying, yeah, he's struggling and he's got to improve. But one, we've invested so much into him. We still got to keep going. Two, he's got a brand new head coach, brand new play caller, brand new offense, kind of a brand new team, new couple new weapons, and
Exactly.
new offensive line, and so it's almost like I said, it's almost a second rookie season, and we're asking him to turn water to wine. Um,
Hard to
and
do that.
yeah, it's hard to do that by yourself. He does have he missed throws today. He missed a lot of throws. But then he also it's a lot of factors. You start off in a very loud Saints stadium. We're talking division rivalry, first game of the season, and then also he didn't play a lot in the preseason, which whose fault is that? I'm not sure. Dave Canales, I guess, but yeah, they're still growing pains to go. Now, what do you think is the timeline before you say how long does he have to do bad before you kind of say Bryce, it's time to move on from you, buddy. Sorry. The rest of this year, or midway through, or it just
Yeah,
kind
I
of
mean,
depends on the situation, I guess.
I like to take a look at week 8. I like to see where he's at by week 8. You want to get
Yeah,
settled into the offense, so you want to get everyone on the same page, offensive line. You want to get these receivers on the same page. Very young receiving core minus Adam Thielen, if we're being honest. I mean, he's able to get Mingo. Like we're young. Those guys are just trying to figure out how to walk at the NFL level.
right.
Um, my philosophy is I want to see growth by week 8. I mean, that's
Yeah,
the midway point during the season. I want to see some strides there. Um, but if we're still seeing the same stuff by the end of the season, man, we're gonna have to do something to replace him. And I hate to see that because I am an advocate for Bryce Young, and you and I both are advocates for Bryce Young, and we
yeah,
want to see Bryce do well. And we're one of
yeah,
those. We're two of those dudes out of the very few. We're the minority of the majority who think that Bryce Young can bring that special playmaking ability. I feel like he's a born winner. But this is his first. Look at it like this too, ladies and gentlemen. This is his first time really facing true adversity
yeah,
at this level.
yeah,
Just like the great Cam Newton. Cam Newton really never had lost in his career until he got to Carolina. Like
hmm
that was humbling. Like this is humbling, man. This is he's now and he's also very young, bro. He's like 22, 23 years old. He's trying to find his way. Like
yeah,
it's a lot. It's a lot of pressure. So by the end of the season, if we're not seeing any growth, man, I mean, obviously it's time to start looking in a different direction. But let's give him some time to settle in this offense. There's a lot going on. It was a hectic. You're on the road. You're in the dome with this new offense, new head coach. Let's give it some time, y'all. Let's not hit the panic button. Yeah, it's very disappointing, but we got to give it time.
yeah.
Exclude last year. I know we're running out of time, but let's exclude last year.
We do have. I just get a notification that we do have 10 minutes left here. Um, you're speaking of Mingo. Dion in the chat says also a question. Thoughts on Mingo? Do you think we should have kept Marshall after today?
I don't know if Terrence would have made much of a difference today, man. I mean, we honestly just none of those guys are really getting open like that. And I mean, I'll give credit to the Saints front, man. They got home a lot and they disguised a lot of blitzes and they didn't give Bryce a lot of time to make the plays he needed to
Yeah,
make today.
yeah.
We didn't adjust really well with those disguised blitzes. So I'm gonna wait on Mingo too. Mingo had me cussing up a storm earlier, but I feel like there's some value in Jonathan Mingo.
Yeah,
TMJ's had 3 years to really make his mark. So as much as I love TMJ, nah, he wouldn't have made a difference today.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of it. 47-10, Saints run away with the game, and we didn't even deserve 10 to be honest. But um, real quick, some positives, some negatives, or well, some positives. We all know the negative. We don't have to go through what was negative. Everybody saw, everybody knows. Any kind of positive you can draw from it.
Not trying to be funny. Bryce has the ability to make plays on the move. I will say that. Positives are he doesn't get contrary to belief. He doesn't. I don't see him getting rattled. Um,
Neither is Dave Canales. I saw. Dave was everybody telling
yeah,
everybody calm down. So I like that.
that's a positive. You don't want to see your head coach fussing and cussing. This is Dave's first shot to it doing this whole thing by himself on his own.
Sure.
So that's I love that. A lot of old school football lovers would be like, "Man, that's pathetic. He's over there like clapping." No, you don't. The moment your head coach loses cool, you're gonna lose the team.
Mm,
So that's the positive in it. I do see that spark still that's there when they're down. That there's that optimistic look. Now we obviously did a lot of beating ourselves today and we lost, but that's one thing I can take away for sure. And then Adam Thielen can still move. So
yeah.
that was
Well, the sky hasn't crashed and fell on our heads yet, but it damn sure is raining and thundering, and there's a tornado in the distance. But we can all survive. All right. That's what Cat Williams had a bit on one of his stand-ups. He said you can. He said he loved white people seeing them on the news. A tornado run through their neighborhood and knock the whole house down. They go, sir, you news interview the white people and say, sir, you just lost everything you had. What are you gonna do? So we're gonna fucking rebuild. I was born here and I'm gonna goddamn die here. So that's us, man. We're going to rebuild it. We may have to actually rebuild. And guess what? We were born here. We're born in the Carolinas. We're going to die here. And guess what? We're going to keep doing. You tell them, baby.
we're gonna keep pounding, baby. That's what we're
That's
gonna
right.
do.
I don't care. 47 to 10, 72 to 10, 74 to 10. Your mama, your daddy, bring them all. At the end of the day, we're going to keep pounding. We're never going to turn our back on this team, man. And the season is young, and hopefully it's Bryce Young. But don't forget, man, hey, the Donnie and Anthony Show, Facebook, right here on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and X. You can find us all there. Don Ant Show user name. And guess what? The Donnie and Anthony Show will be in Charlotte next week. Home game, first home game of the season. Hopefully it's a little different against the Los Angeles Chargers. We will be there in the end zone. Donnie and Anthony, come up to us, man. Say hi, shake hands, take pictures, give us a kiss on the cheek, whatever you want to do, fellas and ladies. Uh, we'd love to meet everybody and talk Panthers football, man. So, and at the end of the day, we love Panthers football. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Thanks for joining us, man. Keep in touch on all social media platforms. See you in Charlotte next week at the Vault, Bank of America Stadium. We're home away from home, Charlotte, North Carolina. And as always, baby, tell them, DB,
Keep pounding.
keep pounding, baby. We'll see you next week in Charlotte.